I spend quite a bit of my time working between my home office and a client's office that I have a space that I kind of work out of. And so this is the office away from my home office. So I'm here quite a lot, and it looks very nondescript and very uninteresting. It's a vanilla, 8x8 box with a cheap desk, fairly nondescript furniture, and a hand-me-down espresso machine, and a couple of chairs for meetings. I'm going to walk around here, and my chair, which is just like a Staples,
So it's like you came into an IKEA store and just sort of set up your computer. Gotcha.
But think strip mall doctor's office. Everything from classical to down-tempo stuff, some ambient stuff, some electronica when I'm coding, and then if I'm really mad at something, I'll turn on like Beastie Boys or something.
Anger programming. That's excellent.
Exactly. We kind of use it to do just brainstorming and light design and just informal discussions on architecture and code and whatever. Mostly, once I plug in the monitor that you're seeing in front of me now, that becomes my primary monitor. So I'm basically eye level to it for the most part.
Right.
And with the kinds of stuff that I do, mobility is really important, but mobility and power kind of go hand in hand. I don't need anything fancy. I just need something that doesn't disconnect my environment so much that I have to kind of redo everything just to get something done. The convenience and continuity is worth the loss of extra power, and so I've just been okay with that. We're kind of weird, so we do have quite a bit of R&D and software development activities outside of just consulting.
Right.
So we have a split universe where half of our stuff is on teamwork and half of our stuff is on Jira, basically, the Atlassian stack. I mean, we have a bunch of internal channels that we use to manage conversations around projects. So we manage a pretty sizable affiliate subcontracting team, and so it's been a godsend, for us to be able to get people into some channels, but not all channels, that sort of thing, I do a couple of things. I do quite a bit of my design on the iPad. I'll use a sketch tool like Bamboo or something like that just to do stuff. Lately, I've been playing with Pencil. Pencil is an app. Honestly, 90% of my design work, I begin with lo-fi stuff, and it's whiteboard and paper. I think for us, what's worked well is mostly just Google templates for most projects. We like server-based development. I mean, you get a lot of built-in redundancy and backups and just safety from not having a files crash and stuff like that,
right.
In a hosted environment. So I'll do, I have access to a bunch of AWS dev servers. I mean, you can see one of them here is Triton. I also personally spin up my own FileMaker dev server on my laptop. And I think that what you gain is tremendous. What you gain is being able to, not have hardware lying around and worry about that, And I would say that AWS versus on-prem, the biggest advantage for us, it's just its availability to remote team. Having a server where you're equally accessible from Chicago versus, Texas, and that's pretty important to us. We probably have one or two plugins in common.
Right.
And those are what drives some of our core product functionality. And we have a plugin that we've developed ourselves, and then we have base elements. I mean, those are the two big ones. I often just do a DDR export and grep in it just to find stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
So to us, that's not that big a deal.
Gotcha.
DDR2's FM perception. We still use base elements a little bit. And then on server side, we have a top call stats logger that we use for analysis, and we use some Tableau for that, just to do some inspection and drill downs and whatnot.